You want your eggs up or over?
Coffee's fine, thank you.
You got a fever?
If I want anything else, believe me, you will be the first to know.
You got me worried, boss. No food means a fever or a broad.
Okay, I promise I'll eat lunch.
Well, no fever. You're up to something.
You're right, Angel. But this time it's not something. It's someone.
Hello.
Miss Cummings, this is Duke Lavery. I was hoping you'd have time to come by my office. I've reached a decision about that job. Yeah. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Mr. Lavery.
Oh, last night it was Duke.
Last night you were in my home.
Yes, I know. Thank you. I had a wonderful time.
You were uninvited, and you imposed yourself on my 7-year-old daughter.
Oh, your daughter is very charming, and I'm sorry that it took you by surprise, but I felt very welcome.
You were out of order. Now, I pretended to be amused because I didn't want Robin upset.
Oh, it was the pizza. It was the Scottish pizza. Oh, I'm sorry. It didn't sit well with you, did it?
The issue here is not your cooking, Mr. Lavery. It is your manners. If I had wanted you to come for dinner, I would have invited you.
Oh, you see, that's the problem. I have invited you for dinner twice, and twice you have turned me down cold.
Doesn't that tell you something?
Oh, well, yes. The only thing it tells me is that perhaps I should try a different approach. Do you perhaps have any suggestions?
I don't like people going behind my back, especially where my daughter is concerned.
Robin is a lovely girl, and she had a perfectly wonderful time last night.
That's not for you to decide.
Now, is this the cop talking, or are you talking as Robin's mother?
It's both.
Tell me, Anna, do you ever take the badge out of your voice just for a few minutes?
My daughter and the home that I provide for her are the most important things in my life. Now, you have already invaded that privacy twice, and I want it perfectly understood that this will not happen again.
Even although you enjoyed it?
I already explained that I did not want my daughter upset.
You better make your mind up, Anna. You are not making much sense. You've already told me you don't want to see me again, but when we see each other, you enjoy it.
Don't flatter yourself.
Oh, I call them as I see them, lady.
It's all academic anyway, because there is absolutely no reason for our paths to cross again. Now, all business between us is finished. Goodbye, Mr. Lavery.
What was that all about?
Oh, methinks she doth protest too much.
Cut the Shakespeare, boss. That dame was really mad.
I think you might be right.
But why do you want to rock the boat and get the police chief mad at you?
Cops like Anna Devane need to be rocked once in a while. And I think I know the way to do it. Felicia, I'm glad you found time to see me.
I made the time when you told me what it was about.
I'd like to introduce an associate of mine, Mr. Moran. This is Miss Felicia Cummings.
Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Please, have a seat. I wanted to discuss that job that I was considering.
Yes?
The job is yours if you're still interested.
Still interested? Are you kidding me?
I take it that means you still want the job?
Oh, this is the best news of the day. No, I take it back. This is the best news of the week, starting today.
You must be having some week.
Oh, well, you don't know the half of it. You see, I'm getting married at the end of the week, and I've been going crazy trying to get everything together.
I've been married 3 times. Don't worry, kid. It gets easier.
Oh, well, then you know how expensive weddings can be. This job couldn't have come at a better time, really.
I really had no choice but to hire you.
Well, it's very nice of you to say.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say it unless I meant it. But you see, Anna Devane, she gave you the highest recommendation.
Oh, well, that's nice to hear. But I have to admit that Anna Devane and I are very good friends. She's going to be one of my bridesmaids.
Oh, and a pretty one at that. I wish you all the best, lass.
Well, thank you. Could I start the day after the wedding?
You can begin when you return from your honeymoon.
Well, my fiancé has to start his work the day after the wedding. He's going to be a new member of the Port Charles Police Department. His name is Frisco Jones.
Frisco Jones?
Oh, do you know him?
I'm not sure. His name is familiar.
He used to host a television show. Maybe you remember him from that.
Yes, that's probably it.
Well, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Lavery. I'll give you a call later on in the week, and maybe we can make arrangements as to when I'm going to start.
I look forward to it.
Oh, me too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Boss, you got some kind of a death wish or something?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, first you hit on a police chief and she gets mad at you. Now you hire a blonde who's got a police rookie for a husband.
Having Felicia take care of our books might confuse Anna Devane, or at least keep her off our backs for a while.
I don't know what that lady cop is going to be thinking about, but I'm sure confused.
Don't you worry. I'm not confused. I got plans for the lady cop.
Oh, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, this big brother idea is gonna work out, I think.
Oh, I've got some good news for you.
Oh, good.
I got the job with Duke Lavery.
Duke Lavery.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, I don't think I like that guy.
I need the money.
I really haven't given him a chance, though. Congratulations.
I'd like to call this meeting to order. Since this is the first meeting of the Citizens Committee for Waterfront Improvement, I'd like to point out, just for the record, why we're all here. Now, Ruby Anderson runs Kelly's Diner, a waterfront business. Anna Devane is the co-police chief of Port Charles. Dan Rooney is the building commissioner, and Brian Phillips is the social services commissioner. Sean Donnelly of Donnelly Shipping was unable to be here, but I have invited a new member to join our group after he made a surprise contribution to help fund our efforts. He's a local businessman, Duke Lavery.
Good evening.
Good evening. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Glad to see you.
What are you doing here?
Filling my debt to society.
If you would all step forward, I'd like to show you a map of the waterfront area. It illustrates the specific areas that we have targeted for improvement. Now, we'll be going here.
Strange that our paths should cross after you said we'd never meet again.
You still haven't told me what you're doing here at this meeting.
Well, it's quite natural, really, as the mayor said. Most of my business is involved in the waterfront area.
So I hear.
It just so happens, actually, a young friend of yours, Miss Felicia Cummings, well, she's coming to work for me next week as an assistant bookkeeper.
Oh, really? Well, I'm sure that'll be just wonderful for both of you. As I already told you, she's very bright and she'll make an excellent employee. You won't be disappointed.
Oh, I never am.
An increasing amount of incidents in and around this entire area here. That is why I feel we have no choice but to dedicate ourselves to making this a safer and better place to live. Now, I can promise that my police department will do everything in its power to keep things running smoothly. What we have proposed can and will be achieved. All it will take is for each one of us to play our parts. Thank you. That is all I have to say.
Nice speech, Anna.
Oh, thank you.
You ever thought of running for office?
Well, no, actually, I'm still trying to master the police department.
Well, it doesn't do any harm to plan ahead.
Well, let's try and get this waterfront thing done first, shall we, Dan?
Well, for what it's worth, you've got my vote.
Oh, thank you.
And mine.
You're still here, then?
Yes, I was riveted to my seat. I'd no idea you were such a passionate woman.
About certain things, yes.
And about certain men.
Well, you'll never know, will you?
Well, a man can dream, can't he?
You don't give up, do you?
You know, we're really of one mind about cleaning up the waterfront. After all, most of my business is centered around that area.
Yes, that's raised rather an interesting point. What exactly is your business, Mr.
Oh, Anna, I've been meaning to talk to you. I am so pleased about Frisco getting assigned to the waterfront. I mean, he knows the area. He knows the people there. He's going to be a good cop to have in that beat. It's terrific.